What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our ACC football channel. Our 2019 college football schedule previews continue with the North Carolina Tar Heels, a team that has been asked about a lot. A lot of people have been asking, when are you doing North Carolina? When are you doing North Carolina? Well, we're going kind of in order of how these teams finished last season, and North Carolina was 2-9, so that's why they're one of the last teams. We're not going, in an exact order, but just kind of a sort of an order like that, and I'm trying to mix in each conference, so I'm not doing a bunch of teams from the same conference all in a row. Anyways, North Carolina, 2-10, a lot of hype around this team potentially with Mack Brown coming back. Seems like North Carolina fans are expecting them to have a great year, but you might want to hold off on that, at least not right away in 2019. Again, look at what most of the first-year head coaches did in their first seasons this past year. Most of them didn't have much success at all. And again, this team was 2-9 last year. They've got a long ways to go. And not just that, it's the schedule. It's not the most difficult schedule in the country. They don't play a bunch of top 10 teams. But pretty much every game on here is going to be a fight for North Carolina. It is going to be hard to get a win. Now, they'll be in probably all of these games. Maybe not Clemson, but I think they'll compete with everyone on their schedule, and the games will be close, but they're not going to win. They're not going to win all these games. It's not going to happen. There are too many tough opponents on the schedule. They open up with South Carolina in Charlotte. That's going to be a difficult game. South Carolina is going to be favored in that game. Miami is next. I'm pretty sure Miami is going to be favored in that game. Then they face Wake Forest on the road. It's a pretty good team, and playing them on the road is going to be tough. That's a weeknight game also, so you know how that goes. Then it's Appalachian State, one of the better group of 5 teams. I know they lost their head coach, so that definitely gives North Carolina a better shot in that game, but that won't be easy. And then they follow that up with Clemson. So you have 5 games right away that, again, they could lose all 5 of these games. I think they'll win at least one of those games, but will they win more than one? I don't know. Then it's Georgia Tech on the road. Follow that up with Virginia Tech on the road. Back-to-back road games. Tough. They do have a bye week in between there, though, so that helps. Duke has been a good program the last few years. Not going to be an easy game. Virginia is maybe my favorite to win the division this year. They do get them at home, though, so that'll help. Pittsburgh on the road. That'll be a tough game because it's on the road. Mercer, there you go. They should win that one. And then they finish up with NC State on the road. Now, there are some teams here that I think will be down a little bit. I think Duke will be down a little bit. I think NC State will be down a little bit. I think Georgia Tech will be down. And so if North Carolina can take advantage of that and win those games and pull off a few more wins, yeah, they could definitely get to a bowl game. But to expect 8, 9, 10 wins, anything like that, it's just not going to happen. Not in year one. I would be shocked if it did. And Mack Brown's a great coach. I understand that. But they've got a long ways to go. Mercer, I think, is the one win you can give them, though. So we'll give them that win. And say that they beat Mercer. I didn't put them as red, but we could pretty much go ahead and put Clemson as red. They're not going to beat Clemson. It's at home. Maybe they pull off an upset. It would be a huge shocker, but I don't really see them winning that game. So then you start looking at best case scenario. I think out of the first 4 games, if you can win 2 of those games, that's probably about best case scenario. I think Georgia Tech is a winnable game. I think Duke is a winnable game, and I think NC State and Pittsburgh are winnable games, but going to be tough. So if you win all of those games, if you get all those wins, still that just puts you at 6-6, and I think that's about the best case scenario for this North Carolina team. On the flip side, they could lose the first 3, definitely. And then you get a win over App State, maybe get a win over Georgia Tech, Duke, and then maybe one more win. So, I think they get at least 4 wins, an improvement from last season. But for me, it's between 4 and 6 wins. So I think best case scenario is to get to a bowl game. And North Carolina fans may not like this, but I just think they're still going to need a little bit of time. And I haven't done a deep dive into this roster to see exactly what they have and what they have coming back. So my opinion could change. When I do my predictions, who knows? I might put them at 7-5. But with this schedule and the fact that they could win a lot of these games, but they could lose pretty much to everyone on their schedule besides Mercer. Because of that, I just see it tough for them to get much more than 6 wins. And I think it's more likely that they get 6 wins than it is that they get 4 wins. But if we were putting money on it, I'd probably say most likely case for North Carolina is a 5-7 record. So that's just my opinion based off of what this team did last year, what they have coming back. Again, not looking too in-depth at it, and then also looking at the schedule. So between 4 and 6 wins in the regular season, that's my thoughts on North Carolina and what they'll do with this schedule. What do you guys think? Anybody out there think they're going to do a lot better than this? I understand maybe 7 wins, but anyone out there think they might actually get to 8 or 9 wins? I would love to hear what your reasoning is for that. Anyone out there think it's going to be an awful year and they finish with 2 or 3 wins again? Anything you want to add to this video, feel free to do that down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you are an ACC football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in ACC football, keep it right here.